I'm so excited for the league coming up. I think it's just changed everything about women's football. Everything we work towards, there's a much bigger target waiting ahead for us. And once it's here, it's going to change the football landscape forever.
Footy has changed everything. So it's cool to think that there was a point where I didn't know what AFLW would bring. But I'd still like to think I don't know as well.
I'm Darcy Vescio and I'm a forward from Wangaratta, Victoria.
I'm Darcy Vescio. I play forward for the Carlton Football Club and this is me 7 seasons on.
As a Saints supporter, I love watching Nick Riewoldt play. I think he's just an amazing footballer, leader, the way he plays his game. I think his work rate is something that is just so inspiring, just how he can just run all day and he just throws his body on the line.
A few days after the first ever game, I was in the car and I got a call from an unknown number and I was like, oh, I'll answer it. And then I remember I was driving and it was like, "G'day Darcy, Nick Riewoldt here." And I was like sort of like pulled over because I was like, I'm definitely going to crash the car. But he'd gotten in touch just to say congrats on a great game. And I wouldn't say my game's much like Nick Riewoldt's. I think I used to think that I was a tall until I came into AFLW and, you know, I'm a small.
If I was the AFL CEO for the day, I'd just try to fast track women's footy.
I think I'd increase the games. That'd be my first point of call. I would say my favourite song is Mood Forever by Beyonce.
My favourite song is I'm Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado.
My favourite movie is Dirty Dancing.
My favourite movie is Dirty Dancing.
Boom. Hold strong. No one puts Darcy in the corner.
The one player I'd want on my team is Daisy Pearce because she's such an inspirational leader and just a ripper player.
I might go with Ellie Blackburn. You'd follow her into the fire. Like, I feel like she'd run through a brick wall if she had to.
My toughest opponent would be Melissa Hickey because she just reads the play so well and she's just a really tough competitor.
I don't like saying who my toughest competitor is because I don't like giving them that satisfaction.
The best parts about my game are my ability to read the play, my marking and my attack on the footy.
I'd say marking has slipped out of my game a bit. That's okay. Ground balls is where it's at for me.
I love kicking, I love marking, and I love tackling.
That's revolutionary. I've just named 3 skills. Stats would say I don't love tackling, and kicking's important, I guess.
I hope the new league just creates more opportunities for women and girls in football, whether it be playing or just in other roles off field. I think the most important thing is that girls will get the choice whether to play footy or not, and that's what everyone deserves.
I hope the NAB AFLW League continues to create opportunities for women and gender diverse people to thrive in the game. If I think of where I grew up, there were no opportunities for me to play past 14. Now I look back and since then there's, a youth girls team running out of the club that I started at. And everywhere you look, there are girls and women's teams. I couldn't say where I see myself. Maybe playing, maybe coaching, maybe just like being an artist somewhere in like a little shed. This is an award for the last mark I ever took. It's funny that I've won Mark of the Year and like I've kicked lots of goals, but clearly they're all mediocre goals, so I need to up my game there. Yeah, I feel like this person had no idea what was about to happen and how much life was going to change and how much, I guess, women's footy was going to change footy as we know it. When I stopped playing footy when I was 14, I genuinely didn't think I'd ever play footy again. I just never imagined that my life would be anchored by footy, and it continues to be anchored by footy. I am proud of that person as well, so it's nice looking back. When AFLW was brought in, I can't remember who said it, but they were like, there will never be a time when AFLW does not exist now. Like, you need to realise that, like, it's never going to be taken away now. Before we know it, it'll be 2030 and we'll be sitting down and having this conversation again. So hopefully I want to look back and be able to know that I made the most out of my time.